Hi, good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday. How's everybody doing? Welcome to Bella Crafts Live. You're going to have me today. Anne has an appointment, so she is not going to make it today, and she's not going to be doing her view either, or her project. She's not going to be doing her live today. My mind is just really busy this morning. Good morning, Callie. How are you, honey? Yeah, my brain is just very busy this morning, and it's never good when my brain is that busy because then I just like lose focus on everything. Little ADHD or something, I think. I don't know. Actually, I think it's just age, but Anyways, so we are going to be working on a fun project that I created for you guys, a little wall hanger. It is just so much fun. Hi, Isabel. yeah. Yes, Kelly. Oh, a little psycho, to start the day off. But anyways, so I'm going to show you guys how to make this really cute um wall hanging that I did. I saw an idea on Pinterest that sparked my creativity, and I was like, I love this. This is a really cute idea, but I want to make it my own, because you don't want to just go and copy off of somebody else. That's just not, that's just for me, that's not a great idea because, I share with all of you guys and I don't like to do that anyways, but I don't care if people copy my stuff at all, but other people do. So, but anyways, so I created this wall hanging and it came out so cute. And I was like, oh, I just love this. This is just too much. Kaylin, where have you been, girl? Hi, Jeannie. Kaylin, I have been thinking about you because I have not seen or heard from you in a while. And that's okay because everybody's got stuff going on. So yes, Isabel, making something. Yes, 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 yes. I always let people know when I'm teaching classes or workshops or whatever, feel free to recreate my project exactly like I did it if you want. But try to put your own little spin on it. So hi, Becca. So that's kind of what I did with this one because I just thought I saw the idea and I thought this is really cute. It's really, really cute. So that's what we're going to be doing today. And I've already got my heat or my glue gun going because I need lots of glue. But I wanted to share with you here. Let me show you. Okay, so this is what we're doing today, this wall hanging. Isn't this just sweet? It's just so dang cute. I just absolutely loved it. But you know what? I love spring. I love spring. So, I think it's just because, we're getting out of the cold from winter and I just love spring with all of the beautiful colors that comes out. And for me, I live in the desert. So being surrounded by a lot of color is not, it's dirt. Let's just be clear. It's just dirt. So, we don't have a whole lot of greenery and pretty and stuff like that. So that's why I love color so much. Well, that's one of the reasons. But, anyways, so I wanted to, and I'll show you this better when I put it down. I wanted to have all of this stuff done beforehand so I could do the complete project with you guys. But unfortunately, I got a family situation going on right now and I just did not get to it. I just did not get to it. I barely got my project posted last night about 11, I think. And I thought, do I want to stay up and try to, do these step outs? And I thought, I can't. I'm just exhausted. So I'm going to show you how to put it together, but I'm not going to put it all together. But, you'll get the idea because it really is an easy project. So anyways, that's what we're going to be doing today. As I said, Anne is at an appointment, so she's not going to be joining me. We've got BellaCon coming up in 1 week. Crazy time right now. Crazy time. I just saw a message pop up on my computer from her. Yeah. So, I guess we'll just get started because we've just got so much going on. We just have so much going on. So I'm excited for BellaCon. For those of you that are coming, I'm glad that you're coming. I'm excited to craft with you guys. You know, it's going to be a fun event. It really is. So I think, oh, Isabel, you are so sweet. Oh, I don't know if you guys have noticed yet, but I got my new glasses, so I'm not doing this to see all the comments. I can see them. So yay. Yay for that. So yeah, I was really excited when my new glasses came in. You know, it doesn't take much to make me happy. It really doesn't. But thank you, Isabel. You always say the sweetest things, and you know, Anne and I appreciate all of you guys so much because, you know, you've been with us for a while now, and you know, just to hang out with us and stuff, and we really appreciate it. So all right, so let's get crafting. Stop talking and we'll get to crafting because that's the fun part. All right, so let me switch cameras real quick and then we shall get started. All right, so there we go. Oh, perfect. Okay, so again, this is what we are creating today. This is actually a 6x6 piece. So it's not something that's going to take up tons of room. And you can do it with, you know, 6x6 paper, which is always good too. So what we're going to do, this is the part right here that I wanted to have all of these done so I could just put them down for you guys so you could see them, but I just didn't get to it. So I'm hoping that, you know, once I show you what I did with a couple of them, that you'll get the idea. It's not that hard, guys, really. So let me move this over here so I have some room. There we go. All right. So what you're going to do, I use skewers. You can use dowels if you have dowels. I use skewers because I usually have a bunch of these on hand. And I wish I could say that it's because I cook, but I don't. You know, so I just keep them on hand for craft stuff, actually. So what you're going to do is you are going to take your skewers, and you need 16. All right, because we have 2 for each piece, and then there's 8. So you're going to need 16 of these. And what you want to do is take some scissors or, you know, whatever you have. I have these really cool scissors that have this notch in them right here. I don't know if you can see that. It's got a little notch, and it worked perfect for cutting these. So you're going to measure these out about 6. They're 6 inches. All right. So we're going to mark this real quick. Just mark it right there. There we go. And then just take your, you know, you could even break them. You know, if you don't have anything to cut them with, you can break them. They're thin enough that, you know, just make sure that you cover your eyes, or make sure that your eyes, you know, nothing flies up and hits you in the face, because that would not be good. All right. So you're just going to cut those. Piece of cake. All right. Okay. So I have my 2 right here. Let me grab a piece of paper. There we go. And the easiest way to do this, I have found, because I was originally just planning on tying these all together themselves, but it was a little hard to manage, trying to tie them, and it was just a little bit of a pain, and I wanted to make it as easy as possible for you guys too, along with me. So what I ended up doing was I take my glue gun here, all right, and I am just going to start it like right there, just to get that part started. All right, and I'm gonna wipe off that excess. I'm not worried about the glue because this is going to go to the back. So you just want to do that for all the way down. Right? So just add a little bit of glue here. All the way down. There you go. And now they are so much easier to work with. So much easier, because before, yeah, it was just too hard. All right. So then what we're going to do is we're just going to cut a few pieces of this is hemp cord. I have lots of this in all kinds of really pretty colors, so I like to use it when I get a chance. I don't use it a whole lot in my cards, but Okay, so you don't need even these to be this long, but for me it's easier because of my nails, so I would rather cut them like really long and then just trim them. So you're just gonna tie that on to each end of your skewers. All right, just like that. So we've got the one, and then I'm going to put the other one on the side. I'm going to tape this down because it's going to drive me nuts. All right, we're going to pull that down and tie that off. There we go. All right. I'm going to tape this down or it's going to make me crazy. Sliding all over the place. Like that. All right, I'll tape that down. Okay, so now what you're going to do is just trim these. Okay. Just like that. There we go. Okay. And then once you have them trimmed, what you're going to do, if you need to, this is not a mandatory step, but I do find that it did stay better if you just take a little bit of hot glue and slide this down just a tad, and then add your hot glue, and then slide this back up. And then that will hold your cord in place. And you want it just about that far from the end, because when you go to put them all together, you want to make sure that they're not running into each other like that. Okay, so we're going to do the same with this one over here. There we go. All right. So now you have this done. So what you're going to do is you're going to create 8 more of these. And then once you get them created, then what you're going to do, we're going to pretend here with my little skewers. So what you're going to do is you're going to lay them down. And I did them about 1.5 inches apart. Okay. So you're going to cut your dowels, your skewers, dowels, whatever. You're going to cut them down 6 inches like this. And then about 1.5 inches, you're going to set them apart. And then once you do that, then start with your first layer. All right. And we're going to pretend that these are already all glued together and they're doubled up and the whole thing. But you're going to take your first layer and this is tricky. Getting this first one down, I have to say, is a little tricky. So you just have to, be patient. So what you want to do is just lay it down like this. So you've got 4 that are going this way, and then you have 4 that are coming up this way, and that's going to create a square. Now, I didn't want to do a square. I wanted to do a diamond shape, so that's why I just turned mine. But that's how you put the skewers together. Really simple, but like I said, 1.5 inches here. And when I do my blog post, guys, I'll put all of the, the stuff, the measurements and all that in for you. So don't worry about that. But start that. And once you have that done, then set it aside and you're ready to start embellishing. So what you want to do for this, as I said, this is a 6x6. So I took some pattern paper. This is from Lawn Fawn. This is from Lawn Fawn, and it's just from one of their spring collections. It's just so pretty. It's just nice. And, when you do this for the background, you want something, you want your design to be small and together. Okay. That way it's not going to take away from the rest of your stuff. So you just want to make sure that you use a small pattern on the paper. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take these 2 together. Now, this is another piece because paper, is a little thin. Pattern paper is a little thin. I took a little piece of cardstock, cut it a 6x6. This is 110 weight. And then what we're going to do is just adhere this down. All right. So this is where your background, this is where all of your cute little skewers are going to sit on top of. Okay. So we've got that piece done. Now let's decorate some fun stuff. Look at all this fun stuff I have. All of this super fun stuff. I even put tiny little ladybugs onto the pots or onto my pot. I just thought, you know me, guys, I love those small little details, right? All right. So we're going to get our flowers here. And then I also added a little miniature hat. And then I also used another one of my butterflies that I had from last week too. I used them last week and I love them because they're just so darn cute. So I have that one. And then for the sentiment, okay, for that, I used, again, Lawn Fawn, and I used their Hello Sunshine stamp here with this circle die set. And I have used this die set. I use this a lot. I really love this die set. It's really great for sentiments. All right. So to start this, what we're going to do is we are going to, so you're going to die cut your pattern paper with the large scallop circle. And then you're going to cut white cardstock from the smaller circle. This is the one we're going to stamp on. And then we're just going to take our stamp pad here. Okay. Black stamp pad with my Gina K inks. All right. And we're going to stamp this sentiment right there in the center. There we go. Okay, perfect. All right, so now we're going to put this off to the side. I am such a messy crafter. All right, and then we're going to take this and adhere this onto our pattern paper. Okay, so it doesn't matter about lining up the circles because I have a little button bow that I'm going to add on to that anyways. So you're not going to even see the hole. All right. So then we're going to start with our little pot here. We're going to put that to the side for a minute. And this is, let me see. I want to say it's a 2-inch or 1.5, 1.5. Okay. So a 1.5-inch pot. And then you want to put some floral foam on the inside. And then I just took some fun greenery stuff here. I'm going to pull it apart just a little bit. There we go. Okay. And then I'm going to add just a little bit of glue. Right there. And then we'll just glue that right in the pot. Okay. So before you put your flowers on, next thing we're going to do, I keep losing my glue stick here. Okay, but before you put your flowers in your pot and decorate that up, what you want to do then is I took a piece of ribbon and measured it around my pot, the top of my pot, and then I just added, I'm going to flip that over here, some tape. And the reason I use tape instead of hot glue is because with the hot glue and ribbon, a lot of times you can see it, and I don't like that. So either use a wet glue or a tape runner works perfect. Okay, so we're going to take this and we're going to lay it right on top. Oh. Okay, we're going to lay that right on top there, just like that. And then just wrap it all the way around. And that's the other thing about using the tape to add the ribbon, because you can pull it. If you put it down and it's not straight, you can pull it back up and adjust it, which I love. So now we've got the outside of our little pot here, and now we're ready to add our flowers. So again, you guys have seen me use these flowers because since I bought them, I have been obsessed. I am obsessed with these flowers. I just think that they're absolutely adorable. They work perfect on cards. I've used them in cards, home decor. They're just a perfect size, and I just love them. So I have been using these quite a bit, but it's because they're just so fun. So now we're going to shove our flowers in there. There we go. Push those down. Okay. And then just kind of, arrange them around a little bit. There you go. Just like that. And then also I added a little bit of baby's breath in here, because I thought that was just really, really pretty. I have this, I think I used it last week too, but I have this in different colors, and I love baby's breath. I just think it's just so pretty. So I have it in different colors. So the last, few projects I've been wanting to use it. because I got it during the winter, and of course I couldn't use it because of colors and all, but yeah. So I'm just going to take those and just kind of arrange it around a little bit. And then if you want, you can go back in and just add a little bit of glue on the inside to keep them in place. But actually, they're pretty snug in there because I just took them and I bunched them together, and then I wrapped some tape around the ends and then tucked them in all together. So they're in there pretty good. The baby's breath, you might want to go ahead and add just a tad bit, a little bit of glue in there, and then that will hold those down too. All right, so we've got our little pot done there. And now we're going to work on our hat. Now for this is just a little mini garden hat, as you can see. And I'm also obsessed with miniatures. I always have been since I was a kid. My mom had a miniature business, so I did a lot of miniature work with her. I know you guys, I've told you guys this a million times. So I love using miniatures in my work when I can. A lot of times I don't get to use them as much as I would like to, but I try to sneak them in there every once in a while. So what I did for my hat here is I just took a piece of ribbon, made myself a bow, and we're going to tack that right down here in the back. Let me get that out of the way. Okay, make it get down there. There we go. And actually, I have these hats. I have had these hats for, oh my goodness, I don't know how many years, because, my mom, when she had her miniature business, we did a lot of shows and stuff. So I still have a lot of my miniatures left over from all of that. So I like to use them when I can. Okay, so now we're just going to take a couple of little flowers there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim those off a little bit better. Trim those wires. And again, these are just tiny little details that to me always matter. At least, in my work, I love detail. So all these cute little things that I add to to all of my projects. Okay, so then we're going to add a little bit more glue there, and then we're going to lay our flowers down. There we go. How cute that is, you guys. Isn't that adorable? I love, love, love it. Okay, so now we've got that. All right, and now we'll put our little ladybugs on. So for these, I just pulled the wire off. This one's not going to come off, so I'm going to cut it. Because I don't need the wire. Because what I want to do is I just want to glue them right in the front here. And I'm going to lay this down on some paper towels so my pot doesn't roll. I don't want to be chasing my pot all over the table here. All right, so we'll cut this one off. And now we're ready to glue these little guys on. So for this, you're just going to add a little dot of glue. Okay, and add your ladybug. There we go. And then another one down here. Not that easy to do with nails, but I make it work. There. I just think that's just too cute. Look how cute those little guys are. Like I said, it doesn't take much to make me happy. Oh, all right. So now we are ready to finish it off, but we're not going to be able to get it all the way finished off because we didn't do all of the lattice is what I called it. All right. So what you're going to do then is you're going to take all of your sticks that you have already put together and lay them, we're going to glue them all down on top of our cardstock here, our pattern paper. And then what you're going to do first, we're going to add this little button bow that I have here. This is really cute. I have a few of these and I really like them. They're resin. And they're cool. They're flat backed, so they're easy, to add on to projects. So for this, I'm just going to add a little bit of glue right there and add our bow. There we go. And then we are almost done. All right, so we've got our lattice down. Everything's going this way. So what you're going to do from here then is you're just going to glue your pot down first. Make sure you get that glued down nice and secure. And then once you have that down, then you can add, I'm going to go ahead and just add just a little bit of glue to hold it in place for a minute. That way I just have it and it's not rolling all over the place. Where did I put? There it is. Okay. Okay, so we'll just lay that down. Oh, I think I waited too long. I did. All right. And it again. Okay, so you're going to put this down first and you're going to put it down by the bottom. Well, that's just not going to stay for me. Well, okay. It just wants to be difficult. Anyways, all right. If it doesn't stay, you guys get the idea. Okay, so you're going to lay your pot down here. And then from there, then you'll add your hat. And then you're going to add your butterfly over here. And then you'll add your sentiment at the top. So when it's all finished, again, it'll look like this. Isn't that sweet? It's such a quick and easy project. Actually, the thing that really took the longest to do this was gluing the dowels and stuff together and putting them together. That's really what took the majority of the time to do this. Other than that, it went really, really fast. So it's just a cute little wall hanging. You're going to take a little piece of ribbon and just add it to your back here so you can hang it up. And there you go. Just a sweet little summer or spring, I should say, project that's just super, super easy to make. All right. Well, that didn't take long, did it? All right, you guys, hang on while I change my camera here. All right, let me switch over. Oh my goodness, I can see so much better now. That's so cool. I hate not being able to see. But anyways, isn't that fun? Was just a cute little project to, just put together really fast. But I just love it. I love the lattice look, especially on the back. The background, I just love that look. And I thought this will be fun to do a wall hanging with. And so that's how I created it the way I did. Hi, Karen. I didn't see you pop in. I hope you're doing okay. All right, so let me look at comments here real quick. Okay. Yep. See, Isabel, I think it's, crafters. I think our tables are a mess when we're working, but we know exactly where everything is. And I just like it that way, you know? So, hi, Helen. I can't remember if I said hi to you or not, Helen, but hi. And Brenda, hi, guys. All right. So let me see. I do not see. I'll look over all of your comments and stuff. If you guys had any questions or you want to know where I got this or I got that, so I can answer all that stuff for you. But do remember to like, comment, and share my video here with the hashtag Bella Crafts. And what Ann and I have been doing these last few lives, because we've just had so much going on with BellaCon and that, and we don't want to overload our sponsors right now, because they just been giving us so much, for the other stuff. So I have been taking stuff that I had from sponsors that we've, products that they've given us in the past, and done our giveaways with that. So for next week, I have a really adorable, I have a few really adorable stamp sets from Gina K. So I will be giving away one of those next week, and then also today for our winner today. And I'm excited because she's in here. But before I announce that, let me see, because I saw Karen say something here. Oh, okay. Lots to do. Okay. Yeah, Karen, I get it. I get it. It's a crazy time right now. But I'm glad that you could join us. I'm glad that all of you could join me today, because I love having you guys all here. You're just so special to me. But the winner from last week, which, as I said, is going to be a stamp set from Gina K. And that is, I wrote it down. Oh, there it is. Okay. And that is Helen. And I know you're in here, Helen, because I just saw you. Yay. Okay, Helen. So congratulations. There you are. There you are. Okay. So I will be shipping that off to you. Okay. So if you could, oh, Helen, do I have your email address? I mean, your home address? I don't know. Private message me, Helen, and send me your home address. Okay. So I can get this sent out to you. Because I want to do it before BellaCon starts, or you may not get it for weeks. So I want to make sure I get it to you before BellaCon. So just private message me and send me your home address, and I will get that off to you. So congratulations to you for winning. And where are you? You're in England? Are you in the UK, Helen? I can't remember now. I think you are. Oh, hi, Amy. Oh, all right. Well, Amy, since you just popped in, let me show you. This is what we made today. It was really quick and easy. So, yeah, we created this really cute wall hanging. And, you guys know I love doing wall hangings. UK. Okay, that's what I thought. Perfect. Just make sure that you send me all of your info, though. Okay, so that is it for me today. And as I said, Anne has got appointments today, so she's not going to be doing her live. And next week,
we're starting with BellaCon. So we're not going to be doing lives next week. Sorry about that, guys, but we're going to be really busy with BellaCon. But we will be back. Well, after BellaCon is over, and then we have the Bella Jewelry Con on Monday. That's on the 30th. And then that Wednesday, Rich and I are going to be leaving. We're going to be gone for a week. So I'm not going to be doing a live. I think it's the 1st or 2nd of April. I can't remember the exact date, but I will be back, and I'm sure Anne will be too, the following. So that would be the second weekend in April. Okay, so until then, you guys, take care of yourselves, each other. Yes, yes, yes. And make sure that you take a little time to craft, because it is so good for your soul. It really is. So you guys have a great week, and I'm not going to see you for a couple weeks. Some of you I'll see you next week, but some of you I won't see you for a couple weeks. So until then, you take care of yourselves, okay? Bye, you guys. Have a great week. We'll see you later. Bye.